Heathen in Connecticut. You're live with Eric and V. How are you doing?
I'm good today. A little tired. How are you?
Doing good. Also a little tired. Right there with you.
Caffeine's kicking in for me, so I'm excited.
I just had 2 shots of espresso, so it's kicking in for me too.
Well,
There you
cheers.
go.
What did you want to talk about today?
So I recently, within the past month or so, kind of sat down and started examining my worldviews and essentially deconverted. Came to the conclusion that I'm, don't believe in a God.
Ooh, so you needed that espresso then, sounds like.
Yeah. I mean, I just have a bit of a personal obsession with coffee, but that's something, completely different. But I was wondering, where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. So I still find myself kind of going through almost personal rituals of praying and I guess I don't believe in a God, but I still kind of go through the motions in a way, just subconsciously. And I was wondering, how long did it take you all to, I guess, stop that sort of thing in your experience?
Yeah, that's a good question. For me, I come at it, I think, maybe a little bit differently than some other people. So we may differ here.
Oh, yeah, we will.
Yeah. But for me, first of all, it took me a long time to stop feeling guilty for not praying for people, specifically traveling. Because when I was growing up as a Christian, it was very much drilled into me that you have to pray for people as they're traveling, as they're, getting from point A to point B, or else they might get in a car crash and die. And so for me, my brain kind of absorbed that, and ceasing praying, because I no longer believed it actually did anything, still came with that sense of guilt that oh no, if someone gets into a car accident, it's going to be my fault because I didn't pray for them. So that took a little bit of intentional deprogramming. But more generally, I don't see any problem with personal rituals, as long as they're ones that you are making for yourself and ones that you're doing with intention in ways that actually enrich your life. So for me, I don't pray at the end of the day, but I'll kind of go through my day and talk to myself and say, you know what, V, you did this really well today. Thank you for doing that well and for being on top of things. Or, you know what, V, tomorrow you really need to do this because you're kind of falling behind and people are counting on you. So I will talk to me at the end of the day instead of to a higher power. Another thing that I do is I love candles. I'll light candles, I'll light incense, and I'll just kind of allow myself these small rituals that don't have any supernatural significance to me, but kind of do fulfill that need that I think is very human for structure and for creating a life that looks uniquely yours.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I feel that in some ways.
Definitely. And
yeah, for me, it's I'm still, I guess, praying to a God, but then I have to sit there for a second and be like, oh yeah, I don't believe this.
well,
Right.
But I guess in a way, maybe it is kind of me just talking to myself and
what
you'll
find
thoughts out there.
Yeah, what you'll find is over time, it doesn't. When you're praying to that deity, after you stop believing, for a while it does help, but it slowly kind of starts to diminish over time, and it stops being as impactful and helpful. So I think V's suggestion is a good one, that you find things to replace it with. Personally, I will sit down and do mindful meditation. What's going on with my body right now? How am I feeling? And kind of work through that. So absolutely. What's funny is there's a bigger issue that always gets brought up around this, especially in our niche, the atheist niche. And that is that there are some people who, when they get out of religion, are so angry that they've been lied to, that they've been forced into this place, which is understandable. You have every right to be pissed off.
That is literally me right now. So
that I remember having an argument with more than one person who said we need to absolutely stop Christmas. And
no, I don't agree with that.
yeah, I don't either. I was no. I am like one of the chillest guys you're ever going to meet. If you want to destroy, I will. We're going to fight. And
I'll be right there with you, though.
Right? And when it comes to those kinds of things, those traditions of community and family and that, it's more than just a religion. It's your heritage. It is your cultural heritage, and you have a right to it. In the same way that you have a right to use language that's been influenced by religious, practices, right? The numerous ways that we've influenced the English language on religion. That doesn't mean you can't use those words. That's your heritage too. And so don't feel guilty about that. Just take it as it comes, and you're going to be good. You will. It's going to take time. But for those things that you find are losing their significance, replace them with something. Mm-hmm. If you need wonder in your life, go learn a new thing. Go pick up a new hobby. Because when you don't fill it with something else, that's when you start falling into those existential traps. And they can be pretty hard to come out of.
Something you might consider doing is something around coffee, make coffee in the morning and be very intentional about it and pay attention to the way it feels and the way it smells and the way it sounds. And just build those rituals for yourself around things that mean something to you.
No, I gotcha. I haven't really had issues as far as like existential traps or anything like that. I actually, whenever I kind of came to the realization of like the moment I said, oh, well, shit, I'm an atheist now, I guess. there was a almost immense amount of relief and kind of all this baggage, kind of like, oh, I can like do these things that I've always wanted to do, or I don't have to constantly worry about, having hell in my, like the back of your mind. Mm-hmm. Like that. It was almost like this weight was lifted. Good. But, I still, like I said, find myself like going through these religious practices and everything. And yes, considering how recent this development in my life was, I'm still going through that, I guess, sort of angry atheist phase, but it's more just because, I feel like I was very lied to about most of my, like, beliefs whenever I was younger, both political and religious.
Mm-hmm.
I
figure that's going to be something that'll wear off.
It will, and it wears off to certain degrees. Some people just kind of make that part of their new identity. But what I would suggest is if you see that in yourself and you see, okay, I'm angry right now, probably not the best time to confront friends and family. Take your time to process such that you're comfortable with where you are, and then because otherwise, things said in the heat of the moment and in anger and frustration often don't lead to optimal results.
That is a very good point, and I suppose I'm going to need to probably hold my tongue whenever it comes Christmas time.
Oh, yeah. Thanksgiving's
going to be a thing.
Yeah, Thanksgiving's right around the corner, and you have the right to say, hey, Uncle Chuck, I came here to enjoy my time with my family, and that includes you. I want to enjoy my time with you. I don't want to talk about this. And that's it.
No, yeah, they don't know right now, so that's because I live away from home. They're like in Indiana, but
okay.
I don't visit all that often. I don't know. I'm not. I'm a little nervous, to be honest, about them finding out because there's a lot of other baggage. They are,
Yeah.
Basically, I became the exact thing that they hate, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a scary time for everyone involved. I would just say don't feel required to come out before you're ready.
Yeah.
If you just, like Eric said, if you don't want to talk about it, that's just fine to say. You don't need to wave the banner of atheism if that's not something that you're okay to do right now. That's totally valid, and it doesn't impact whether or not you are a quote-unquote good atheist at all.
The good atheist thing. Yeah, for sure. And you can actually take advantage of this holiday season because, Ethan, the person you are now has learned one different thing, that there is no God, but that doesn't mean that Heathen is a different person. You know, and to the degree that Heathen has loved his family, that Heathen's still there. And reaffirming that can be huge. So definitely take that time to, you know, remember those connections and maybe, you know, build them, because as you kind of get more confident in yourself, you'll find that you're able to build those pieces. And if you ever do want to come out as an atheist, it helps to be there.
Well, I've already come out of one closet to them. It's just I have a couple more that I have to come out of, you know?
All right.
Yes, there are multiple coming outs. I feel that deeply. I feel like I'm exhausting people at this point. I'm like, I'm sorry. There is one more closet we didn't talk about. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's really reaffirming, but I feel like, yeah, one closet at a time, and they have a lot of viewpoints that you know, they have this perception of who I am, and completely, I guess, reversing all of that maybe isn't the best idea to do all at once.
and like I said, you know, the perception of who you are has to include some of those things that actually are you, and it would be good to reaffirm those ones that are there. So, yeah. But
it is really freeing, but yeah, it's kind of scary.
Oh, for sure.
If you want people to talk to, you know, you can go to our Discord. It is an active place, or you can check us out on Facebook or Reddit. And we do have a really active community, so you're absolutely welcome to join us. I know that every time we bring it up, we have incredible volunteers who, it already got thrown up in the live chat. So you can follow that Discord and join the community, and it helps. It does.
Okay, yeah, that kind of thing I think would be nice. I mean, if anything, it would be a safe space to, you know, bitch about how, you know, still feel lied to and blah blah blah. So, a lot of my kind of more close personal friends, almost any opportunity, I like kind of start bitching about that, and then I feel bad because it's like whenever it's kind of like that being that guy that just brings up politics no matter what.
That's why I stopped.
Literally, my dad
Dude,
can steer any conversation to a political one somehow.
So I was that guy for a little while. That's why I stopped watching the news. Like, I have to disconnect to a degree, or else I become that guy. Gotcha, man. That is a good place for it. I think we're going to move on to the next caller, but hopefully that helped. And welcome to this side, man.
Yeah, welcome. And call back. Let us know how Thanksgiving went.
Definitely.
Yeah, I absolutely will. It'll probably be like, you know, after Christmas or whatever, because yeah, I'll probably need another place to vent and bitch after that. So.
Well,
sounds good.
Like I said, for those longer conversations, definitely check out the Discord. We'll hear from you next time.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Take care, Ethan.
Thank you.
That's nice. That's a good way to start the episode. I like that.
Yeah, and he's doing a lot of work. It's 1 month, and already he's like asking all the right questions and thinking about how he's coming across to other people.
What I absolutely love is there are so many people who, when they, you know, leave their religion, they feel like they're the first.
Yeah.
You know, and that they're discovering all of this, and they're taking this kind of journey alone. And it's really, really refreshing to see people like him calling in, knowing that, hey, you know what, I'm not alone.
Yep.
And damn, it just that purpose